Hi everyone, welcome to Glowing Secrets, powered by Glow. Well, today I have a very beautiful, elegant lady with me. She is not only beautiful from the outward, but also from within. They say that the outer beauty attracts, but the inner beauty captivates. So who is this beautiful, captivating, elegant lady? Surakshi Siriwardena. Welcome to my show.
Thank you, Rozanne. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for that amazing introduction.
Well, it's all true. I mean, beautiful inside out. I know you as a humanitarian, so it's great. Firstly, let's talk about beauty. We are here to talk about beauty.
Yes, of course, very important.
What is your idea about beauty? What is beauty to you?
Okay, so we are always told that first impressions, about looking good, grooming, we go about our hair and makeup. Those are things that we stress all the time.
Yes.
But
The outward beauty,
outward.
yeah.
But what actually captivates a person, attracts, is another person's aura. Because who we are is what we project. So there are a lot of very beautiful people, but when you see them, they are unapproachable. They look arrogant. Sometimes they are vicious. Yet you see some
Cold.
Oh yeah, cold.
Yeah.
Yet I won't say repulsive, but not attractive simply. But yet you see some other people, you look at them and they are not 5'10". They don't have a 36, 24, 36 figure.
They don't fit into the
They
frame of
don't
beauty.
fit into
but
what we are
yeah.
told is beauty. But when you talk to them, they are humble, they are compassionate, they are kind, and before you know, like, you're mesmerized by them, you know. And this is what I hope I have achieved, is
Of course you have, yeah.
the kindness and the compassion, empathy. Those qualities are what I have tried to develop, and what
It
I
reflects
tell, yes,
outward.
what I tell other people also. I mean, those days I used to do some grooming classes and what I used to call a total makeover. So the total makeover was not only about the outer beauty, it was about the inner beauty. So there were a lot of aspects. So this is what I encourage young people. Don't always be so arrogant, because the young
Attitude,
are
yeah.
very arrogant, because they don't realize that every single day we are a day older. And we do reach 50 or 60. I mean, we do, if we are lucky, if we don't drop dead, today's world.
Yes.
So they are arrogant sometimes. They do a lot of things that are not very good, because they can do it, because they have the power to
Ego.
do it.
Yeah.
They use their beauty in a destructive manner. And this is what I want young people to stop. Don't think, oh, look at his wife, she's a frump, you know, I can get that man if I want.
Oh,
That sort of
that kind of
attitude I
attitude.
see in society today,
Yeah.
which I think young people should stop and really work on a bit of spirituality.
Empathy too.
Yeah, and I believe in God and Jesus. That's my religion, okay? So some people have a religion, some people don't. More than organized religion, I'm talking about spirituality. Giving thanks, you know, or
To whoever you worship.
be grateful. I mean, when we look around, most of us are extremely fortunate.
Yes.
Especially as Sri Lankans, we don't need to put heating on. Even with all the poverty, you know, there's always something to eat on a tree. You know, we have the best fruits and the vegetables.
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
we are, you know, it's a land of abundance. And our people are extremely talented. Whether it's a musician, whether it's a chef, whether it's a singer. Like, we have so much going for us. So we should develop our qualities and help other people also to come up. Don't do it
Rise
alone.
up together.
Don't do it alone. Don't try to do it alone. Be united. Help each other. Because sometimes if you ask somebody, oh, where did you get that dress? They will say, oh, I can't remember. They won't tell you the shop.
Yeah,
Why not?
that's true.
I'm a beautician. So I want to make other people look good.
Look beautiful.
I get joy when I see you, Rozanne, you look so fabulous. I mean, I look
You
at
want a
you.
compliment, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I say, well done, because today's workload for a woman to spend that time
True.
to achieve the outer beauty is extremely difficult. So for that, because it's very important, when we meet somebody, it's the first impression. We don't know anything about them. We don't know if they're a doctor, lawyer, what they are. But we look at a person and we judge that person. it's not fair, because don't judge the book by the cover.
Yes.
Happens all the time.
All
They
the
look
time,
at
yes.
you and they have judged you and they have put you into a little hole somewhere. That's, you know, and when they actually meet you and they start talking to you, they say, oh, you're really a nice person. I
You're a
didn't
different
think, yeah, I
person,
mean, I
yes.
looked at you and I just thought, oh, she's just, you
It
know.
happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. So beauty is a lot of things.
Let's talk about beauty over the years. I mean, you have been a beautician, you have been a person who trains people, you have been a beauty queen yourself. So let's talk about beauty, how it has evolved.
Well, I think when we think about cosmetics and creams and products, it has been there for a very long time. Very long time, because when I was training at Ramani Fernando, one of the girls came home with me and my mother was getting ready to go somewhere and she was putting her lipstick, and then she said, oh auntie, look at the way you're doing your lips, and you know, and then my mother turned to her and said, I've been going to Elizabeth Arden since 1951. This was about 20 years ago, but it's something that our mothers and grandmothers
Have been doing.
Yeah, so they had the coal cream, vanishing cream. There were products and they used it, but now we are spoiled for choice. I mean, if you go to a department store, what do we buy? I mean, there are millions of products. So it has evolved to a point where we really don't know what to use anymore.
Yeah, you get confused.
Confused, because it could be the product is good, or it could be the packaging is good, or the marketing is good. So I think it has become more difficult, because in the old days, you know, we had few things.
Yes.
Yeah. So this beauty industry has taken off. Every celebrity has a range of creams, and you think, okay, if I use this, will I look like Jennifer Lopez? You know,
Yes.
you know, it's I think it's extremely difficult now for young people.
Very competitive
and also
and
it's very
confusing.
expensive. Very expensive. It was oil of Ulay. If I remember, everybody used this
Yes,
cream called
yes.
oil of Ulay, and
Yeah.
everybody looked good using just
I
oil
think
of Ulay.
it's the mentality, you know, you use something with the
Faith.
Exactly.
Faith.
Yeah.
Believe in the product.
Belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this program is hosted by Glow, and I know Glow is a good product, because many years ago, for about a year, I took Glow actually, and then I stopped because I just thought, no, I don't need to pop pills. I eat my Malung and I drink my green tea and I eat my fruits. So, but I do recommend it if somebody
For a
has,
busy life, yeah.
yeah, especially to keep the quality of your skin. If you don't have time to go for facials and things, which is not that important, but what is extremely important, Rozanne, is the
Nutrients.
nutrients and the cleansing routine.
So let's talk about your daily routine. You wake
Oh,
up in the morning, and then what is your regime, beauty regime for a day?
I don't really have a big beauty regime. I get up and I like to watch this lady called Joyce Meyer on TV, who's a spiritual
So
leader.
inspirational.
So inspiration. My main thing in the morning is thankful that I'm awake this morning, right? So it's giving thanks to God, and then half an hour of spiritual practice, some sort of spiritual practice, a couple of prayers, and then the exactly opposite, you put BBC News and you just go, oh my God,
Depressed.
depressed, don't listen, turn it off. And then I will check Hard Talk at 9 to see who they interview some really super people. It's very educational. And then of course some days I don't go out anywhere, I do my reading and watching TV. Some days there are salon visits, but I do a lot of befriending. So if there are girls having problems, they usually call me and I listen to them and try to give them a bit of strength to carry on. And then it's,
Consolation,
and when
advice.
sad instances where the marriages break and they have to go to courts for a divorce, I accompany them for moral support. Some friends say, oh, I have to go and see a doctor, I'm so scared, will you come? So I do a lot of voluntary work. I don't like to sit, it's just helping others.
yeah.
So it takes
Feeling,
quite a,
caring for another
it
person.
takes a lot of time, because in our traffic to get to appointment, then you go to see a doctor, they come 2 hours late, you go to a law court, same thing. So a lot of my time is taken up during the day, but I make a point of being home when my husband comes home, because he likes me to be there. I'm very old fashioned, and I think I like to put him first, because he's an extremely good guy. He's
Yes,
really
you
good to
you
me.
were talking to me just before the interview about your husband, and you said a very interesting thing about the first time when you met him. What did you go and tell
Yeah.
your parents?
Yes, so when I was introduced to him, I mean, the way he spoke, I thought, what a kind man. And because he's good looking, but there are good looking people, but he just came out as, I mean, I will tell you in Sinhalese, because what I went home and told my mother was, "Ada mata yahapat manusek hambuna."
Yeah. It's not about the looks.
It wasn't about the looks, yeah. So I think God has really blessed me, because you know, in that Sound of Music they say, you know, I must have done something, you know, something good, you know, with all the bad things. So whatever I did bad, I've done something really good to be blessed with because it's my husband being so supportive that gives me the time to go out and do the work I'm doing. I was 7 years at Sumitra. You know, I was doing suicide prevention. I started at 1 day a week, then I was doing 5 days a week, doing a lot of fundraising. People run from me because I have a raffle ticket book all the time. But
the charity lady has come.
But it was never for me. It was never for me. And I don't know, I mean, I get so much of satisfaction. I feel I'm fulfilled.
So you feel beautiful from within.
Yeah, so sometimes when people tell me you're so beautiful, I just think, are they happy? Like, okay, what is it? Then that's when I started realizing about this aura. I suddenly realized, maybe if a person is trying to live a good life, we are all sinners. Of course, we are all sinners. We do wrong. I mean, nobody's perfect. But in spite of all that, the more we try to take care of other people, the more it gives you that
reflects on you.
Yeah, that gives you that peace, that inner peace. That inner peace that, you know.
Also, let's talk about the beauty queen side of you. You went for the
Classic
to Malaysia, right?
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
yes.
So let's talk about it. I mean, it's a fabulous experience,
Well,
right?
that was just by chance. You know, I met Vasana and Rasika doing Mrs. Sri Lanka, and I said, oh, everything is for young people. What about for people like us? And they said, oh, we have the franchise for the over 45s, you know. Classic Mrs. Sri Lanka, would you like to go? And I said, you got to be kidding me.
How was the experience there?
Eye-opening, because when we grew up, Rozanne, we were told to think about our beauty was vanity. Don't be so vain. Don't be so vain. If you go in a mirror and you're doing, mother will say, what is this vanity? But now they call it self-esteem and self-worth. And we're supposed to look at ourselves and, you know, beautify ourselves. So that way it has changed. So I went without knowing anything, because nobody had gone before. We didn't know the standard, we didn't know what clothes to take, and so I think I took everything wrong, because those Singaporeans and Malaysians, they came with their team of beauticians. I just took my common, you know, my heated rollers and my, but it was an experience. I really enjoyed all the, you know.
So what is your take on beauty pageants? I mean,
I think it's extremely good, but we need to prepare our girls, because it helps you to bring out yourself, it gives you confidence. You know, winning a title makes you believe in your beauty. Otherwise, you do not believe in your beauty. However much people, we always think
it's like an assurance that you get.
It's an assurance. Others say, no, I'm not beautiful. But
you're confirmed beauty.
Yeah, they confirm. Okay, you know, you have style, you have this. So use that title. I mean, after that, that's when I started doing my workshops. So with that, I said, okay, ladies.
So you got a platform, and then
to tell not young girls, to focus on ladies over 45 or 50, to say, don't say, I am now old, my children, I'm a grandmother. So I said, what has that got to do with it? You're not done with till you die. Right?
Till your last breath.
Till your last breath. Look after yourself.
I think that is very important advice, because a lot of girls, after they get married, women after
couple
they
of
have
babies,
children,
they give up. They just give up.
Why?
They give up. We should never give up, because when we fall in love with our partner, it's partly of how they look, of course. But if you completely change after 10 years, it's not fair on that person either.
True.
You need to maintain yourself, because that, you know, that attractiveness is also important.
He's also human. He also
exactly. I mean, excuse me, you know, we are in a competitive world, you know, look around you. Don't give up. Don't give him an excuse, or don't give her an excuse. Because our guys
vice versa.
Because our guys turn to the girls and say, oh, you have got fat after the baby, but they've got the pot bellies, most of them. And they don't see their pot bellies. So I think not only for women, beauty, grooming, and importantly, Rozanne, Hygiene.
Yes, another important aspect.
A lot of people don't talk about, please use soap and water, it's not expensive. You must smell as good as you look.
Yes.
Look after your teeth, oral hygiene. Take a vitamin, take a glow tablet, take some, do whatever you have to do within
Take
your
care of
budget.
yourself,
Within your budget. It's important to do it within your budget. But I used to tell girls, now don't go and have a pastry and iced coffee every time you pass. That 300 rupees, go home and put it in a till. End of the month, you have 3,000 bucks. 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees. Use it for a facial, use it to buy a cream.
True.
Otherwise, and then you don't get fat as well, because every time you have a pastry and iced coffee, it's unnecessary calories.
Yes.
And never mind, even if you spend 1 hour in a gym, if you don't watch your intake of calories, you're never going to lose, never going to maintain. I know, because for me, it's a daily struggle. I always say wars come to an end, but the battle of the bulge never finishes.
True.
Because we are surrounded by good food and it's easy.
Yes.
But where you can cut down,
You should.
cut down.
Yeah. Well, I think it was very informative and we learnt a lot of things. Even I learnt a couple of things that I should do day to day. So thank you so much for being on my show. I'm so glad I invited you and it's been a pleasure. Well, Glowing Secrets will be back with you with another celebrity who will reveal their beauty secrets. Till then, bye-bye.